you have to be careful what you're doing and what you're not doing, right? Because you get what you pay for, but you also have to research what you're paying for.
And you have to look at
You and I have a relationship where we can actually talk each week, and then we know what's going on.
And and sometimes I come up with stuff and you're like, yeah, that's not going to work. And 2 days later I'll be like, oh. But at that point, that's why you always still have to keep on top of your people.
You'll slowly get to learn what I like and don't like as well in this, and that will help.
And there's micromanaging and macromanaging and so much.
I will slowly learn what you are best capable of and what you're not best capable of.
Yeah.
And then we go from there, right?
Because some of these things, they may work out awesome, and they may just not be something that I'm good at.
Yeah.
That I could do it, or that I'm just not. And some of it too, you're like, I love that stuff. I want to do that.
Anchor, you can do right away. And that's basically taking the audio from the YouTube videos. Some of them you can't, obviously, because some of them step-by-step, it's just not going to quite translate. We can try. You can listen to them and think whether it will or won't translate. But basically taking those and then putting them into the podcast, writing up the descriptions, the hashtags, the whatever, all those categories, whatnot.
Which would be pretty much copying it from YouTube to do it.
Yeah.
And then if there's anything... Yeah, because if there's the visual ones, you want to talk them through a bit better and a bit extra. That's what I do. I'll pause my anchor, talk what you would see visually, and then start. But I think the ones that are really, really visual, and you just be like, you know what, if you need these items, just go to YouTube. Honestly, because how to upload your manuscript? Press the button to the left. That's really not going to help them. Yeah, right? So that one might not transfer well. I don't think it's going to translate, but when we're talking about character development, you don't have to see me when we're talking about character development. Yeah. So I think that will help, and I think that will work. And even videos like this. Yes. And like I said, I want to do videos like this because we're going to be like giving the behind the scenes, and even videos like this can go on to Anchor, which I think will help. I need to be a little bit more on there. Okay, I was sitting back. Sorry. Yeah, that's okay. That's why. So I think you can do that right away, and then because I got to figure out how to have your Anchor. I haven't created an Anchor for this. Oh, so you wouldn't want it on your other or? I have a Traveling with the Bean type 1. Yeah. So, and I haven't been in there for a long time. So I might be able to delete and revamp that one. And just give you the passwords. Or, if you would want to do a new one, totally. I might just scrap and do a new one totally. So that's something that we need to talk about, what we want to do. Because currently I go from my one phone to the other phone. But you can do that. I do. You can do that on mine. But see, so if I have... not on my phone, but with yeah, because I can watch your YouTube video and still transfer it. Yeah. I'm curious if I would want to do it from here then to my regular phone and have it as my anchor there. Well, that would be up to you. Or what platform and how I would do that. Not platform, but what technology. What device you want to use exactly. That's the word. And then, as long as it's coming through clear, I don't care. Yeah, that would be up to you to figure out your equipment. And then it can share automatically to Twitter. But you don't have Twitter. I don't have Twitter. You could set that up and have it share automatically. As well as your WordPress site. We can share it right to the WordPress site, which will share it directly to Facebook. Because then you have a YouTube and you have podcast, which you end up being less people on your podcast, like a 10-to-1 ratio easily. I have. That's fine, but the idea still gets it out there. The idea is that to get these out on platforms that people are using, because somebody who prefers podcasts over YouTube has that option. Somebody who prefers YouTube over podcasts has that option, and because it's a big difference in data usage. For the people who want to take it with them for going for a walk or something, they can download the podcast quick, fast, a lot faster and easier and less data than YouTube. And that's why I keep it going, because, you know, they can download it at the library if they don't have their own Wi-Fi and stuff. Which,
well, a lot of
you know,
people
and that
too,
sort
they
of thing.
want to listen to something while they're doing stuff, and they just want to, you know, have a small item like their phone and not have to look at the screen. They just want to listen and go, right? So.
And if it is something that it doesn't matter what's seeing on the screen, then it totally should be a.
And there's a lot of videos where it doesn't matter what you see on the screen, but there is going to be a lot of videos where it matters what is on the screen.
So out of your like maybe 6, well, if you're trying to do like 5 videos a week on YouTube,
I'm trying to do 5 to 6 videos a week on YouTube. Then,
the podcasts maybe will be 3 a week. 3 to 5.
There's going to be a ratio of it, right? Yeah. It's going to be what's useful,
and that will still drive traffic. And so your Anchor would be only for.
Well, we could create 2 accounts, or we could put them both on there, and then people just choose like if you can categorize it into playlists.
I haven't
seen categorize it.
I haven't seen how to do that yet.
Then we could put both together. But we'll see how it goes. It might be a case. Mostly it's going to be about the tips for authors, because the exclusivity, as far as I understand, for KU is the ebook. So I need to have an answer. I can throw that on your research list on whether Audible files are excluded from Kindle Unlimited KDP Select as an author. If that makes sense to you. If it doesn't, then we'll have to talk about it.
So Audible files, as in not Audible, the
Audible as in
when you talk.
When you talk. Not Audible the program.
Yeah.
Like, so if I did a voice file of, and I read my story, is it okay to post that if I'm in KDP Select? You need to watch my video about Kindle Unlimited. And then you'll understand what it is a bit more. Like, it seems like a lot, but a lot of it's just little things. It's a lot of little things. I think
that it is a lot of, I need a little bit here, I need a little bit there, I need a little bit here, a little bit there. And having it outsourced will make your mind less stressed and less swirling around in circles.
Well, it'll bring my to-do list down.
It'll help your focus and your concentration.
That's email. We're not going to throw you in this just yet, but eventually I'm going to give you my email passwords. And what you're going to do is you're basically going to be monitoring my emails for newsletter signups and then adding them to the newsletter. And any comments that people write in, like, oh, hey, I love your book, because some people actually do that. I like those people very much. If you want to, email me and say positive things, like, go for it. Makes my day.
Yeah.
And you can, like, possibly respond to them. We'll work out some standard responses here and there, and some non-standard and stuff that you can bring toward me and say, hey, this person's really awesome. And then, if people are jerks, you can just be like, goodbye. You don't deal with jerks.
The negativity is not necessary, and you have to set a standard and a bar of what you accept and what you interact with.
So we will talk about swag as well. Eventually, I want to put together some swag. We will brainstorm together some ideas. We will make sure they are not copyrighted. That'll go on your research list. Haha. And we're going to figure out how to set it up so that it is automated. So you can just kind of monitor it, and you can also post the swag items for sale to social media. So that'll be fun. You'll get to create your own little ads, so to speak, and throw them on to the accounts that we have. Okay, go through that again. Maybe once a month we kind of feature a new item or 2 new items and say, hey, this is cool, check it out.
Because I'm probably going to have some of my own, so therefore it makes sense.
You can throw it in there too. The thing that I have is special events. Some of it's coming up soon, some of it's going to be later. I want to do all sorts of different special events that I haven't done yet. And I will probably need assistance with them because, let's face it, when you're doing a special event, you get a big, huge list of things to do. And so I will just throw stuff on you. And be like, hey, guess what? You're earning 25% this month. So, like, do it. Make it work. Make it so. So things like book launches, book signings, conferences, contests, things like that. You know, who knows where we're gonna go? Maybe someday we hold an actual conference ourselves, which would be totally awesome. But I don't think we are anywhere near that point just yet. Maybe 2-3 years down the road. But we might go to a conference and then we'll want to like film aspects of it or film what we learned about it or things like that so that we could bring stuff to our audience. And that will
You could do conferences
be really
online
great.
though too.
We're going to do some online conferences. We're going to do some online contests. Yeah. I'm going to do online book launches. The book signing obviously can't really be online. That doesn't really work. I can't reach the computer and go, happy reading, Josephine. Right? Doesn't really work.
But if you do a book reading, it could be recorded and shared where I would do that recording or something.
You would do recordings of the book signing. You would do. Yeah. You would help with setup. You would help with takedown.
Yeah.
Tasks like that, and that would be really cool.
Yeah. Or behind the scenes when you don't have time to do stuff.
Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm not that famous. Maybe someday we'll get there. But that would be
but if you're signing books and then I'm like putting them on the side to sell them or to
take money or whatever, or doing whatever you have to do, right? And that's the idea of selling swag. That's the idea is that when we get to that,
and possibly
you would help me organize it. You would help me with the day's tasks. You would have your stuff to do. I would have my stuff to do, and then we would, clean up and go home and evaluate what worked, what did not work, what we want to change, what we want to find out more about, and just go from there, right? So that we improve the experience for the next time.
So I'm thinking researching also